Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. And today is our Friday premiere, and this is probably going to be the second to the last video for the bee journals. I'm almost done, almost. I still need to learn how to thread my new sewing machine so I can get the cover sewn. Excuse me, it's coffee morning. And then I can finish the cover. I mean, we're there. We are almost there. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping in. I hope you'll take a moment to click the subscribe button. And in a little bit, I'm going to tell you why that subscribe button is so very much important. If you've been to my channel before, thanks for stopping back by. Also remember that Friday is Premiere Friday, which means that while you are watching this video, if you're here at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Friday morning, while the video is playing here, we're in the chat room right next door, and we can chat about the video or whatever else you might want to talk about. If you've got questions, you're having challenges with something, you found a great new resource for something, drop into the chat and share it with us. Remember to always be on live chat, and to make sure that down below on the screen, that it's where it says Premiere, make sure there's a little red dot in front of the Premiere so that you are in real time with the video. Okay, so about the cover of this bee journal, I have figured out how the envelope needed to go, and after I cut it apart, I made a gusset from another one about just a little over a ½ inch wide to there. And I've brought the fabric around. Now, since this is mine, it's not super perfect, and I'm okay with that because it's kind of like my trial and error. So I've got some rough spots here that I need to worry about where I brought this in. Not sure how I'm going to fix that one yet, but I know that I need to pay attention to that on the new one. On the other two for Greg and Anise. So, got this done. I think I figured out the paper that wants to go in the center. It's from Paper Studios. It's white with gold metallic bees all over it. I think that's what's going to go here because the gold and this will come together really well. And then I still have a pocket here in the front to put some extra ephemera. Not that there's going to be a lot of extra ephemera. Wait till you see the inside. Let's see, where can I put that I don't lose it? We have a gorgeous morning in the Ozarks. It's 59 degrees this morning. And I just couldn't get in here yesterday. By the time I run errands anymore, I'm just done for the day, and I couldn't come in and work on this. So this video is going to be relatively short because a 30-minute video takes me 3 hours to upload. It's now almost 7 a.m. and we have to be back here for the chat at 10:30. So let's get to this. You've seen how the signatures went together. Since we talked last, I have added more items. I have most all of the embellished items in my journal, with a couple of exceptions that I'm thinking about adding. But we've got our triple pocket here in the corner. So I'm trying to keep this in the center of the book, and you'll be able to see everything. I've added one of the whale tail punches. The Crackle Moose bee, or flip, page edge, and then I did these flowers and painted them bumblebee yellow using, no, I didn't use bumblebee yellow. I take that back because we did not get that one. We did not get bumblebee in our Stampin' Blends. So I used dark and light saffron for this flower and put in a brown button. A pocket over here. And then that paper clip was just going to be too heavy for this lightweight paper. So I took it off, and instead I added a little bee brad going into the honeycomb. I also had this packaging from my Happy Mail from Dawn Marie. And I punched out a leaf from gray, and I'll show you where this gray came from in a minute. Some of that experimental honeycomb, I cut a piece out and put another bee there. And I've attached it to the front of an envelope pocket from Stampin' Up! That has these green flowers on it. Nothing in here yet. Haven't decided what's going in there yet, but there we go. My bee gnome. The black sunflower seed with a black whale tail. And there's our pocket there with the bee. This is new from last time. This is a fold out that, let me see if I've got one handy here I can open. This is what our embellishments from Stampin' Up! Come from. Here's one that's open. It's not square, but it will work. So I have taken and glued this flap down to the page. And on the inside, we have our bee waterfall note paper. And I have shortened them each by one line, I think. So we have our bee note paper there. And then just added more of our trim and another one of the napkins. Now this is where that grave come from. It was the cutout from this specimen slide. And I put a bee with, and why I did the flocking and then hide it behind the specimen, I don't know. But put a bee behind the specimen slide with a piece of acetate. And then I added black brads. And I just glued the whole thing in there. Just like that. Then we've seen this flip before. I still want to go through and add trim to the holes. Another pocket there. Plenty of writing space, but also plenty of pocket, and this one's stuck because I added our treat box pocket. And I need to go through and add tags for that. There's this one, and then there was this pocket that we did. And then it has a spot for the belly band behind. And the button to that one. A little bit of that bee trim to this. Another pocket. Tuck spot with our Crackle Mousse page. And this is where I decided to put the rickrack. It was on the music paper, on the music lined paper. I tried it on the actual sheet music and it was just, it seemed to get lost in the music. And there's that one. Our side pocket with our belly band. And this needs to have something on the top of it. Haven't gotten that far yet. Our double pocket here. Our lace pocket here. Another one of our card pockets. So it's getting there. It's almost done. I promise next Friday we will have the final flip through as well as talk about the next project that I'll be working on. So, oh, I also have the pom-pom trim that I'm going to be adding to the journal. So let me lay this on the table out of the way. Okay, couple of things to talk about this morning. Number one, you may have heard people talk about putting press and seal on your art jars after you opened it. This is why we do this. This is one from Stampin' Up! I don't even recall opening this, let alone, but apparently I had. I don't have a palette knife here. Yes, but I'll use this. But when you don't, even this lid should seal this. It should, but it doesn't. And here's what happens when you don't put something over it to really seal it and keep the air out. I now have a jar of embossing paste from Stampin' Up! That is totally useless. So, to keep that from happening to my Nouveaux, I've added, see the difference in the consistency? I've added the pressing seal, and you just tear off a sheet of the pressing seal, push it down in there so that it kind of helps seal your, keep the air out of your product, and then it will allow you to still put your lid on, and you'll be just fine, okay? Same way with this one. This was another embossing paste from Stampin' Up! I opened up, and as soon as I opened up and used what I wanted, I can scoop it out. I put my press and seal in there, press it into my jar, and do that. Okay, so invest in press and seal. It's not expensive, but it is going to be well worth it when it comes to not losing your product. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show off, I found these papers in my stash, and I'm going to find a place to put a couple of sheets of these in the bee journal. I think this handmade botanical paper is going to be perfect for that. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now, Tuesday night, I was in a class with Maddie. And we worked with Magicals. Now, if you're familiar with Brushos or the Ken Oliver Color Bursts, they all kind of work the same. But the color pigmentation in Lindy's Magicals is amazing. Now, I have the Jingle Bell set. There are a couple other sets I want to get. But they come in sets of 5 in color families. They have like Under the Boardwalk, they have a Halloween, they have autumn. Jingle Bells, of course, is their Christmas line. This is the Rudolph's Nose Red that I used. And the Jingle Bells, not all of them have a metallic look to them. Some of them are a flat. And these roses were from the Spring Shop at Hobby Lobby, and I just painted on the Magicals, put a little bit on my polymat, I used my water brush and dipped in and swirled and come back and put color on these. Some of these were really pretty. The Jingle Bell set colors are really dark, as you're going to see here in a minute. I don't remember what order we did. Mine also came out really dark. So this is the Frosty Forest over top of a crackle mousse after it had dried. This was what we call stained glass, where we embossed an image. I embossed mine in black, and then the color would set into the images. And I used Golden Sleigh Bells, Frosty Forest, Rudolph, and this blacker tone is actually Frolic in the Forest Green. But it comes out a really, almost a black. This is one where we embossed through a stencil and with our crackle mousse, and then went back and painted over it with our colors. This is one where we did the embossing, and then we let the colors run through the paper, run through between the images. This one was a drip. I'm not crazy about drip. I'm just not. But I do love the color palette that I got up through here. This was just testing our colors. So was this one. And these are going to be great for backgrounds. I really like this one. See, when you don't get them as wet, the particles don't burst as much, and you can see some spots here where I could have used more water. There's this one. So this is that forest green, and it's almost a black. It's really dark. But just because it looks dark this way, when you punch it down into something smaller, like on the background of an ATC, I think this would look great in the Halloween journal. I kind of like this one. This is another one of the embossed. And then these pieces remaining are all of my wipes. Instead of using a paper towel to wipe my surface, I used a piece of scraps of linen. That's pretty. Where you go back and mop up your work surface. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but look at this one. Look at the cells in this one. I love that. I can't see in my camera. My Acron is blocking it, but you can see cells in there. More glittery fabrics. I love this tie-dye effect on this one. And then we have some that where I mopped up that Frolic in the Forest green. I got some really dark colors. Be great in a Halloween journal. Love this one for Halloween. So that was my class with Magicals. Now this worked just with the Magicals and water. She has determined that we need a part 2. We did this over the course of 2 hours, and we didn't get through half the techniques that she wanted to show. So there is going to be a part 2 where we will bring in more of the rubbing alcohol into the Magicals and get a totally different look with those. So that is it for me in the studio this morning. I'm going to go sit and enjoy a cup of coffee with my sister. And then see about threading that sewing machine and getting my journal cover put together. And then I can go through and I can put the elements in the other 2 journals, and they will be done. They will be done. I want to get at least one project done for the Graphic 45 challenge, which ends on September 2nd. I don't want to wait till the end of September to do that, or till the 1st of September to do that. I'd like to get that done next week. I think I'm going to do a October daily in a photo flip style in using 3x4 cards. We picked up a file box that I need to cover. I'm going to decoupage with some of the papers and then do some really distressed cards. I'll try to have a picture handy. I got the idea from one of Tim Holtz's designers, and I thought that would make a really cool October daily, and you could add to it from year to year until your box was full. So that's what I'm going to be working on next, I think. I'm really anxious to try that one. I've been going through and finding all the October daily and fall bucket list type of prompts to put on the cards. And hopefully I'll have a start on that and can show you what we're doing next Friday when I show you the final flip through of the bee journals. Yay! I'm so ready to play with something else. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, one more thing. Go over and subscribe to B&D Crafts and More. I'll link him down in the description box below. His name is Brian. He's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and we are going to coordinate a 12 weeks of Christmas YouTube hop beginning October 5th, going through December 25th, where you post a Christmas video every Sunday beginning October 5th. So if you're already doing videos anyway, jump in there and do one on October 5th and join us every Sunday for a new Christmas project to get everybody in the spirit of the holiday. In the meantime, I will be coming in and doing all kinds of Halloween stuff in the first couple of weeks of October. So lots going on in the studio. You aren't going to want to miss it. Remember to subscribe. The announcement of the 500 subscriber giveaway packets, I'm going to be showing those on Thursday, because Thursday is my 25th, is my 38th wedding anniversary. Bob is gone. I have time to put the packets together, so I'm going to be doing the video for that on Thursday, August 25th, to see what is up for the drawing. And remember, to be eligible for the drawing, you're going to have to subscribe. So if you're here and you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss when those videos go up. In the meantime, creative blessings.